Okay, so this video is quite detailed and there's some detailed pictures here, so I'll put your video on full screen so you can see the full details of some of this video, because there's some pictures with some pretty small details, and to see them you're going to need to put it on full screen. Okay, so we're going to go through this really fast, and we see this reference number at the top, 343443433777. Below this we see what is called the Q. A Q is usually just one thing that says like Gaia, Earth, and the Earth's atmosphere / optimal trajectory. Okay, this is an example of a Q. Another Q that I could do is a guru's name / his teachings, a guru's name / his life. Okay, and we could remote view his entire life. That's just another, example of a Q. We could also redo a Q for the President of the United States. We could do a Q for anything and on anyone, on any historical event, and even anything that's just a personal event that happened in your life. Okay, we could queue that up and remote view it. Okay, now we go to the S1. Before you do your stage 1, you put in the reference number in brackets, your name, where you're located, and the time. Okay, and then you put S1, and then you draw your ideogram. An ideogram is a symbolic representation of the site. The subconscious and unconscious mind works upon symbols, archetypes, and gestalts. Okay, and this is how the subconscious starts to communicate information to the conscious mind. Then we put the reference number again, and we do another ideogram. Then we put the reference number again, and we put another ideogram. After we do this 3 times, then we're starting to get tuned into the site here. Okay, and then we go to stage 2. Stage 2 is where we go through a set of protocols and the exact way that the subconscious and unconscious mind will accurately start to communicate information to the conscious mind. We have textures, we have smells, colors, tastes, sounds, dimensions, temperatures. Aesthetic impact. Aesthetic impact is how the site will impact you if you were there. How eclectic impact is how the site affects everybody else. Tangible is what is tangible at the site, what's physically there. Intangible is what ideas, thoughts, feelings, anything that's intangible that's actually going on at the site. Okay, so we're going to go over this real quick. We got brittle, hard, sharp, some soft edges. We got white, black, spotty. We got rubbery, box loops, points, spears. Cold, cool, sun, very little, stressful, hard. Muscles need aching, movement, empathy, compassion, respect, and curiosity. Tangible, smooth surface, and cars, glassware, aluminum. Intangible, safety concern, mission, vision quest, and hiker's guide. Okay, so this is stage 2. Then we go to stage 3. Stage 3 is where they draw the site, and sometimes the site is drawn literally, and sometimes the site is drawn symbolically. Since this is a worldwide solution for everything on Earth, for all Earth, its atmosphere, human beings, plants, and animals, what is the optimum trajectory for everything on Earth? What is the optimal trajectory for everything on Earth? We go to this picture here where there's a boat, there's food on a platform, on a dock, and there's an invisible fish. There's 2 people in the boat. Okay, and the water represents the spirit world and then the life force. The invisible fish is an ancient symbol, an ancient alchemical symbol that represents the invisible God. Okay, and then we got these 2 people here on the boat. The food and the dock itself represents the bridge between the spirit world, the essence of all life, and bringing that into the physical world. This is actually representative of an ancient alchemical formula to renew the earth and bring life back onto the earth. Okay, and if you were to look at it from a Christian aspect, which the person who remote viewed this is Christian, and so their unconscious and subconscious mind does work off of Christian symbols. because that's the way that they're kind of programmed. Then they're kind of showing, like, when Jesus said, "Do you love me, Peter?" And Jesus said, "Yes." And they said, "Well, then feed my sheep." Okay, so this is the food. This is the word and the communication from the spirit world by these two ambassadors in the boat who just dropped it off. And they dropped it off in trade. Up to the right-hand corner, it says the boxes and trade. Okay, so there's a trade, and I would suppose that trade was giving up of evil and bad things and letting the good in, so the good can come in, which is the food. Okay, so now we're going to go back down here to S4. Now, we're not going to go over S4 very much because we don't have that much time, but just want you to know that S4 is another set of protocols to cue into the sight more: objects, attributes, subjects, and topics. And then we get more specific about what's there at the site. And one of the things it said is goodwill as ambassadors was on subjects, and so those goodwill ambassadors are symbolically in that boat that cross through the spirit world onto the bridge to give the food to the rest of the world. All right, so then we go to S5. After we did S4, the person cues into the site a little bit more, and we've got grapes. We got a big trestle wood made of pine, and this trestle has grapevines in it, where grapevines are growing and grapes are being grown. And grapes, they have more life force in it than anything else. Grapes are anti-aging. They also decrease cancer, and grapes have been known to heal many different diseases. The ancient Essenes, they used a combination of salt and grapes to create an elixir that would clean out the whole entire body, clean out the bowels, the colon, and everything, and was very anti-aging. And they did this about at least once a month. This secret alchemical elixir with salt and grapes. And so grapes are very powerful, and that's why they even anciently used it in the sacrament, and they still use it in the sacrament in many churches today. Okay, so then we got the grotto with the Virgin Mary has black granite. Okay, has black rock granite, and in that grotto, and then the Virgin Mary's in there. Black granite absorbs all negativity, and then the Virgin Mary has been known throughout Christendom to be able to blast through and make clear anything, no matter how negative it is. That is what the Virgin Mary is able to do. And okay, and then also represents the purity, okay, that we would need. And then we have this truck, and it says, "Take this truck, tow it away." So this old truck represents the old world of greed and industrialism and commercialism, and we need to tow that away and come back to the purity of nature. Okay, and then we have this wine, this bottle of wine, and next to it is the invisible fish. The invisible fish represents the spiritus mundi, the spiritual fire that the alchemist and that the priests used to infuse into the sacrament, and then we have the sacred cup next to that on the other side. Okay. And so this isn't actually an alchemical ancient. Symbolically, this is an ancient alchemy formula of a certain kind of practice with nature that is a universal formula that could be implemented at an infinite number of levels. It's because it's very universal, very symbolic. Okay, and then we have at the bottom here, hallelujah! Finally, this truck is being towed away. Okay, so the truck is being towed. And the new world of balance and nature is being renewed. Okay, so this concludes an example of remote viewing.